All right, let's do it. Let's get the ball rolling here. We're gonna start with a little bit of world class, so we could get the morning set up right. So let's do it. You guys ready? Ready, Faith? Ready, Jordan? Ready, everybody? Hey, if you're ready, say I'm ready. Okay, I believe you now. I believe you. So let's get started. Let's get started with world class number 66. We're going to start with world class number 66. You guys can see that, right? Okay, so the great ones understand the power of humility. Humility, while the average performers, while average people consider the magnitude of humility plays in the ability to solicit help from others, the pros have reverence for it. Professional performers know humility is one of the most effective approaches ever created to influence people. The case for humility, even for the best performers, is easily made. Even members of the world class stumble and fall more times than they succeed. Humility is a natural order of the human condition, yet average people walk around clouded by ego and false pride. This is undoubtedly costing them dearly in relations with others. A braggart is essentially saying, I'm better than you. That's not a good approach to a species who craves the feeling of importance. You hear that? So human nature, right? Human nature is something that we need to learn and master if you're gonna be a leader, right? If you're the type of person that wants to build a team of people that you're creating a movement. Like, let's say you believe in something. So in order for you to that by yourself you could only do so much, right? So if you want to create this movement into something bigger, then you're going to have to learn how to deal with people. You're going to have to learn how to move people, like what Gennaro was saying, right? He forgot about the F, right? Farm, right? Write it down. Farm, FARM. Farm means that you're able to find people, right? So if you're going to create a movement and it's going to be big, then you're going to have to learn how to find people first. That means prospect, get inventory, build inventory. Number two is you're going to have to attract people, right? So one thing is finding them. Another thing is them saying yes to you because you are attractive. You're not physically attracted. A physical attraction plays a role, guys. That's why you have to dress the way you want to be addressed. But that's not the biggest portion, okay? The biggest portion is, dang, this guy has value. This lady has value to give me. So you're attractive in the inside, right? Your heart is attractive. Your mind is attractive, right? Not physically attractive, okay? That plays a role, but man, I would say it's 10% really. 90% of the role is, are you attractive in the inside, or do you have, or do you bring value to the table? You see what I mean? Do you look like a president, but then they start talking to you and you're kind of like dumb, like, I don't know, there's no value. I don't know, sorry, that word came out, but you know what I mean. So that's important, guys, all right? So you have to attract them. So finding, attracting, the R stands for retaining. Retaining. Do you retain people? Do you keep them? Are you magnetic? Do you have a magnetism about you? Do people want to stick around with you long range? Once they get to know you, do they like you? Are you likable, right? Are you likable? Are you friendly? Do you see that if people stick around with you long range, they're gonna get a lot from it, right? So that's the R, retaining. And then the last one is moving people. Moving people, you only do it by leadership, by influence. The only way you know how to the only way to move people is through leadership. And servant leadership is the best way to move people. Okay? All right, so that's really important, right? So let's see, I'm better than you. That's not good approach to a species that craves the feeling of being important. So us human beings, right? Human nature is that we like to feel important. We crave the feeling of importance. We crave it. So for example, Art Williams used to say this. He says everybody, and I mean everybody has a flashing sign on their chest that says, "Make me feel special, make me feel important, say something good to me. I want to be somebody." And I learned that from Art Williams. And we need to know that people they want to feel important. They want you to say something good to them. They want you to make them feel special. They want to be somebody. They want to be somebody. So champions recognize the damage done through boasting and adopt an attitude of gracious humility. Attitude of gratitude. That's another way to put it, right? So if you're taking notes, put attitude of gratitude. Gracious humility is another way to put it. The champion's self-confidence is no less than a braggart's. Okay, so just because you brag, it doesn't mean that your confidence is higher, right? As a matter of fact, all pros I've ever known have what I call inner arrogance. The difference, they don't display this arrogance outside of their own thought process. This supreme confidence is necessary to compete in the world-class level, but pros know how to conceal this well-earned, positive sense of self, right? So they're arrogance they're arrogant in the inside, but they don't show it in the outside. In the outside, they know that arrogance is not attractive. You repel people, right? So you do have to have this inner confidence inside yourself that says, I'm a stud. I'm like if you're by yourself in the restroom and you're looking yourself in the mirror, you should tell good things to yourself, because probably you're the only one that's ever going to tell yourself good things besides God. Okay? For many years, I wanted my wife to affirm me. For many years, I was like, man, she doesn't love me because she doesn't affirm me. And then I realized that her love language is not words of affirmation. Does that make sense? So I needed to affirm myself. I needed to learn how to affirm myself. And then later on, I realized even something better. I realized that the true affirmation, the real affirmation that everybody yearns, every human being yearns, is the affirmation of the Lord, of God. The affirmation of how much, once you start reading the Bible and you start realizing, dang, God loves me a lot. Dang, he created me before this world was created. He knows how many hairs in my head are there. Like, he loves me so much. And that gives you super confidence, guys. That's the ultimate confidence. Like, you want to be like the greatest leader ever. Learn how much God loves you, and then you're going to realize, dude, that's awesome. And that gives you a lot of security, a lot of confidence. This supreme confidence. Oh, okay, so I read that. So look at the quote of the day. If anything goes bad, I did it. If anything goes semi-good, we did it. If anything goes really good, they did it. That's what it takes to get people to win football games. This is Paul Bear Bryant, one of the greatest legendary football coaches in college football history for the Alabama. He coached Forrest Gump. You ever seen the movie Forrest Gump? That's it right there. He comes out in that movie. Bear Bryant. Okay. Action step for today. Ask the critical thinking question on a scale of 1 to 7. 7 being the most humble. How humble do you appear to other people? If you score less than a 7, make a commitment to raise your score by at least 1 point right now by becoming more aware of how you appear to others. Start by moving from an ego-based consciousness to a spirit-based consciousness. Begin this process by making a list of 10 things for which you are most grateful for, right? Start writing down a list of the things that you're grateful for. And you're going to start realizing, dang, dude, I have a lot actually. I have a lot of things going for me. I'm healthy. I could walk. Do you know that you guys are already millionaires? Yeah. Wait a minute, what? Yeah, check it out. If you were to Google this, somebody Google this. How much is a kidney worth? How much is a kidney worth? Like if you were to sell it out there in the black market or in the open market, how much is a kidney worth? $100,000. Right? Does anybody else have a different price?
On the black market, it's 5,000.
5,000. Oh, shoot. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, then forget it. In the black market, you guys are not millionaires, right? But check this out, guys. If you were to sell every part of your body, you're worth more than actually more like $5 million. So you guys are all millionaires already. You get it? So say I'm a millionaire. That's what you got. You gotta say it. I'm a millionaire. You gotta say it before it comes to pass. Terry?
ChatGPT said 200,000 or more.
200,000 or more an average kidney. So you see that just 2 kidneys alone, you're already worth 400,000. How about your heart? How about your lungs? How about your brain? You see what I mean? You're already a millionaire.
You know how much you make a year? It's pretty much how much a kidney's worth.
Your net worth is already, you're already net worth millionaires. All of you guys are net worth millionaires. So you got to tell yourself that, right? And you got to express gratitude towards that, right? I'm grateful that I'm already a millionaire. God made me, the parts that I have inside of me are worth a lot of money already. See what I mean? Don't try to sell your stuff, but don't do that. But yeah, you should be inspired. You should feel like, oh damn, all right, so I'm worth something. I'm not a nobody. One of you guys came up to me and you guys told me, hey man, you know what? Do I look like a loser? And I said, bro, no, you're not a loser. You're not a loser, man. Who told you that? No, but seriously, you might be laughing and you think it's funny, but sometimes that thought goes through your mind. Like, who told you that? Who told you that you were a loser? Who told you that you're not worth it? That you're not special? Who told you that? You know who? Somebody that's lying to you, right? Somebody that is jealous of you, yeah. Somebody that wants to kill you. Somebody that wants to kill you. Yeah, the devil, not yourself. The devil whispers to you, you think it's you. It's actually the devil. He's whispering at you and you're listening to him. Don't believe those lies, man. Number 72, the world class operates from love and abundance. Average performers never consider the broad scope of and significance love has on everything we do. Professional performers know we can only operate from one of 2 frames of consciousness at any given time. Write this down, guys. Ego or spirit. Ego or spirit. You're either operating from the ego or from the spirit. This is powerful right here. Middle-class performers are masters at operating from ego, in which pride and self-righteousness are the objectives of the game. Amateur performers believe their success is primarily their own doing. Have you ever heard of people like that say, I did this? Yeah. And then like those people that say, I'm a self-made millionaire. They're operating from their ego and pride and arrogance, self-righteousness. Right, so this is what we have to be the leader that attracts the masses. Like, look at Michael Pyatt, guys. Michael Pyatt has a nice car, but he doesn't say, "Look at my nice $100,000 car." He doesn't do that, right? He just has a $100,000 or $200,000 car, but he doesn't show it off. He just drives it. See what I mean? He's operating from love and abundance mindset, not from ego, right? He's operating from the spirit. Okay, so not pride, not self-righteousness, right? The objective is saying, with pride and self-righteousness, the objective is you're saying, I did it. It's because of me. I don't need no help. I could do it. I don't need coaching. I could figure it out. That's all pride. That's all ego. You see what I mean? They believe in the self-made man or woman theory. I just said that, right? The world class, however, so this is how we need to operate, is aware of that all good things come from spirit of love. They know love is a natural order of the universe, and that ego and self-pride have been created by man over the centuries to cover a fragile self-image. So when somebody operates from ego and pride, so ego and self-pride have been created by man, not by God, over the centuries to do what, guys? To cover a fragile self-image. Yeah, no, he needs lady lions, actually. Many people feel inferior to others and mask their feelings by displaying false pride and vibrato. False pride and vibrato. The great ones embrace love as the root of their success and feelings of fulfillment. Damn, this is powerful stuff right here, guys. They know that without the loving guidance and support of others, they could not have reached or even dreamed of aspiring to the world class. You see that? So how do they do it, guys? By the love and support of others. That's what you got to fight for, Jordan. You see that, Anaí? You got to strive to attract, Citlali, the love and support of others, not the fear. You see what I mean? The love. So you lead by love, not lead by fear. See what I mean? You lead by inspiration, not intimidation. Write that down. You lead by inspiring others. Let's do it. You can do it. Go. Like treating people good. So loving and guidance, they could not be reached without aspiring, ever dreamed of, right? So they know that without the love and guidance and support of others, they could not have ever reached or ever dreamed of inspiring to be world class. Their recognition of and gratitude for the power of love creates more abundance in their lives. This fountain of potential continues to bless the champions. The only thing that can clog the system is ego, okay? Which is the evil stepchild of fear. Beautiful. Look at that. Ego. The evil stepchild of fear. Write that down, man. This thing is awesome right here, dude. A bunch of gold nuggets right here. Ego is the evil stepchild of fear. The great ones lock the door when ego comes to town. They only acknowledge the spirit-based consciousness which they recognize by its calling card, love and abundance. Love and abundance, guys, right there. Boom. Love and abundance. Ego cannot exist in this realm. Only gratitude. You see that? So gratitude can only exist in a love and abundance environment. While the amateur egotistically believes he is responsible for his great success, the pros know that the abundance of life comes from a far greater source. God, that is. Monitor your mental state of mind. Ask this critical thinking question every couple of hours. Am I operating from a conscious of ego or a conscious of spirit? The answer is the blueprint of your behavior. Your approach to problems, people, and life is greatly influenced by your operating state of mind. The world looks very different through the spirit than through the ego. Beautiful, right? I was looking for world-class pages that had to do with pride, because I wanted to talk about pride. So I just read to you guys 2 world-class that have to do with pride. And did you know that pride is actually one of the 7 deadly sins? I was doing some research right now, and write it down. The 7 deadly sins. You ready? The 7 deadly sins. Number 1 at the top of the list. The biggest one is pride. The biggest deadly sin is pride. The devil convinced 1/3 of the angels to follow him because of one reason: pride. We can do it better, guys. I can be like God. We don't need God. Right? We were in heaven, and in Genesis it talks about how Eve messed it all up, right? For everybody. Because of what, guys? Because of pride. Pride. What did he say? He said the devil said, he's not telling you something, you should do it. If you eat of this fruit, what does it say, Terry? If you eat of this fruit, what? No, but that's what God told him. But the devil told him something else. If you touch it, you right? But he said, if the devil said, if you get it, he's hiding something from you. You'll be like God. You see that? That's pride. So Eve said, I could be like God. Pride. See that? Pride is excessive beliefs in one's own ability or worth, often placing oneself above others. See that? Or God. Number 2 is envy. Envy. And guys, believe me, I'm probably the worst one up here out of all these 7 deadly sins, okay? So it's in the works, all of us. Pastors, humans, we're all fall short of being perfect. None of us are perfect. We all struggle with all these 7 deadly sins, okay? So just so you know, just side note. Number 2, envy. Envy is resentment or jealousy of another's success. In the Bible, it's called covetousness. Possessions or qualities. So you envy somebody, you're a hater. See what I mean? Number 3, wrath. Wrath is anger, right? Uncontrolled feelings of hatred, rage, and vengeance. Anybody suffer from anger management problems? Right? Road rage? You like to do something? Do the salute. Number 4, sloth. What is sloth? Laziness. You're lazy. Or failure to act and fulfill responsibilities, especially in the matters of faith and morality. You're lazy with your faith, you're lazy with your morality. Dang, this is good, guys. Number 5, greed. Greed, avaricia. Avarice in English, right? Greed is excessive desire for material possessions or wealth. Excessive desire for material possessions. There's nothing wrong with wanting stuff. But if that's your end goal, if that's your purpose in life, then now you turned it into greed. See what I mean? Number 6, gluttony. Gluttony. Overindulgence in food, drink, or other forms of consumption. Often at the expense of others. At the expense of others. Gluttony, Gluttony.
Wait,
T-T-O-N-Y. Gluttony.
what was number 4, Coach?
Number 4 is sloth.
Sloth?
Sloth means laziness, slacker.
And number 5 is G-R-I-E-D.
G-R-E-E-D. Greed. 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 Avaricia. Number 7. Number 7 is lust. Lust, excessive or inappropriate desire for sexual pleasure. Lust. Like people that are addicted to pornography, right? People that sleep around. You know, there's guys out there that sleep around, girls out there. One time we had a girl in our team that she was lustful, right? She would sleep with a bunch of guys in the office, including married men. We terminated her. So let's talk about pride, guys. Pride, often considered one of the 7 deadly sins in many religious or philosophical traditions, is associated with various negative traits. So I'm going to show you the negative traits of pride. Okay, this is good. So one of the negative traits, one of the evil stepchilds of pride is vanity. Vanity, excessive focus on appearance, achievements, or possessions, seeks admiration and validation from others. So one thing is marketing, another thing is vanity. You see what I mean? Like there's nothing wrong if you're posting like me. I did a video of our Mercedes and our, right? But if I do it for the reason of marketing, then that's different than for the reason of vanity. See what I mean? There's a difference. So just it's how your heart is operating. Are you operating by vanity or are you operating by marketing, like a businessman? You see what I mean? Because there's a reason why there's commercials, you know, because some commercials appeal to the vanity part of the human heart. See what I mean? They're not vanity. You're vanity for buying by getting hooked with it. Does that make sense? I'm not saying it right, but you know what I mean, right? Envy. Envy, resentment of others' success or blessings. Comparing oneself with others out of insecurity, which is one of the deadly sins, but that branches off from pride. Basically, Michael Pye was telling me, man, Michael Pye gave me a class on this. I want to interview him on this. That's why I'm like pulling up all these notes. He says, pretty much all sins come from pride. Wow. Pretty much all the sins come from pride. See, greed? Yeah. It's one of the deadly senses. It's a branch from pride. Wrath? Wow. Anger comes from pride. Reacting with anger when one's pride is wounded. Woo! Holding grudges against those who challenge or criticize us. Damn. See, we all got to work on this. I'm being convicted right now as we speak, guys. I'm learning from this myself, right? Look at this. Deception is the evil stepchild of pride. How? Deception. By lying or exaggerating achievements to maintain an image. And that image is pride. Hiding faults or mistakes to appear flawless. ¿Cómo ves, Raquel? Crazy, huh? Number 7, disobedience is the branches out of pride. Disobedience says rejecting authority or guidance due to self-perceived superiority. So you have this self-perceived. In your mind, you're a legend in your own mind. Right? You're a legend in your own mind. So you reject authority and guidance and coaching from your coach because you feel you're superior. That's called that, and that branches out of pride. So that's disobedience. Number 8, self-righteousness. Judging others harshly while ignoring one's own fault, right? And the Bible says, first take the plank, before you take the speck in somebody else's eye, take the big plank out of your eye first. If you point fingers at one, remember that there's 3 fingers pointing right back at you. Believing one's views of actions are always correct. Next one, number 9, neglect of others. Neglect of others is prioritizing oneself over others' needs. So when you're not a servant leader, you're focused on yourself because you're so proud, right? You have pride. So you prioritize you over others' needs, right? Ignoring compassion or empty due to self-centeredness. And the last one is idolatry of self. You idolize yourself. You think you're a god. Right? There's some people that think everybody's a god. Something like that. Like I think it's called the agnostics. Agnostics think that everybody's a god. That you're a god. You're a god too. Everybody's a god. That's called pride. See what I mean? Like if you hear somebody saying like something like that, that's like the original sin. The original sin is pride. These sins often interconnect, making pride a root cause of many destructive behaviors and attitudes. Reflecting on and addressing pride can help in fostering humility, compassion, and a balance of self-worth. Wow, what a great world class, man. That took me a whole 30 minutes, man. So hopefully that was helpful, man. And take it to heart, guys. Trust me, we are all working on that pride part. Right, Stephanie? Like we all have pride issues. We all have to work on that, on becoming more humble, right? More focused on love and abundance versus ego and fear, right? So let's do it, guys. Let's do it all together, man, because could it be that that's the reason that you're not where you want to be in business? Could it be? I guarantee you that the answer is yes, including myself, by the way. Maybe I should be at $7 million. Maybe I should be at $10 million in income, but I'm still working at pride issues in my heart. Does that make sense? So let's do it. Let's work on it together. So, okay, so today I'm going to have my wife come on up and introduce the speakers. Or you want me to introduce them? Who's the first one?